and I want to congratulate him. He did a hell of a job.
Nice.
We're next.
Let's get this, man. Come on now.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Let's get it.
Good morning. Welcome one and all to the Tripped Out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you all with us. And no, I'm not changing that opening for anything and anyone. It's a signature. People have really started to recognize it, and I ain't moving it.
Hell no.
Can't do it, won't do it, can't make me do it. This hour is brought to you and powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Snowman here, along with the big dog to my right. How are you doing this morning, dog?
Man, I'm telling you right now, after the last week I have had and everything else going on, first off, thanks to everybody who has reached out, dealing with the friend's passing, dealing with the anniversary of my dad's passing. But yesterday, I finally got to do something I haven't done in a while, and that was have fun.
Good.
And that fun came in the form of jumping on our friend Miss Genevieve Yoso's Twitch and crowning her a queen for her coronation.
Good.
And trust me, I know nothing about that whole damn world, but it was fun. It was an honor and a pleasure to be a part of that.
I caught part of that, and it was fun. It was fun. And while we're doing housekeeping, Old Snowman's got a doubleheader tonight. We start with some hockey as the defending Campbell Conference champion Edmonton Oilers take on the New Jersey Devils. That's a 7:30 face-off. And then right after we're done there, we're going to take a breather, going to load up with some water, and then we have the Kings and the Warriors from San Francisco that'll follow the Oilers and the Devils. So, yes, I am no longer afraid to do some hockey because that's been my biggest fear. I'll talk more about that later. Right now, There is something we need to do. We need to park for a little bit. All yours, dog.
Oh, as everybody knows, the garage is parked next to Dogfather's Gaming Bar, and while hanging out at the bar last night, we were watching a little bit of basketball, and I'm going to say this right now: the NBA should be called the NFA, the No Fun Association. The reason why I say that is the following: why are there so many taunting calls in the NBA? I don't mind it if someone puts a little bit of sauce on it after a dunk. You got the bat flips in the NFL and in the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
You got all those epic touchdown celebrations in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You got the sellies in the NHL. But the moment someone puts a little bit of stank on a dunk, they're getting nailed with a tech for taunting. When has what happened to the NBA that we had growing up where if you didn't want to get dunked on, you put a body on the guy?
Adam Silver, that's what happened.
I mean, the 80s and 90s, if you didn't want to get dunked on, you bodied the guy.
Yep.
You made sure he didn't get to the hole. Nowadays, you try to put a body on someone, you end up getting A, nailed for the foul, and B, everyone's going to remember you for getting put on the poster.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's too chicken, you know what, to get in the way. You don't want to give up the points. You get in the road to somebody and make them adjust their shot.
And you know, the bad part is they put the semicircle in the lane to mark where they can call an offensive foul, which kind of is stupid to me. Because it's kind of stupid to me that they have that there, because the referee's eyes were pretty well focused back in the day on what's an offensive foul and what isn't an offensive foul. So that, to me, that's kind of dumb.
Like, I've seen it throughout the last 5-6 years. The taunting calls have gotten that much worse.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't mind if someone puts a little bit of put a little stank on the dunk. You got a little mean mug, you got a little flex on somebody. You're sending a message, yeah, I took it to you. What are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
It's the same thing with the bat flips. It's the same thing with the touchdowns. And it's the same answer. If you don't want it to happen, don't let it happen. Don't be the one to let that BS happen to you. Someone's sitting on a curveball inside, you throw them a fastball outside, make sure they can't get to it.
Nolan Ryan.
So the NBA should be the NFA, or at least change things up, because it's ridiculous. I'm getting sick and tired of these taunting calls. Like I said, I'm a little old school. I love it when you see somebody throw a little mug on someone after a dunk. You're sending a message. You're getting in their head. That's part of the game.
How
you take the mentality.
Bird do that.
You take the mentality out of a sport, you're ruining the sport.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a dunk on somebody, you let them throw a mug down. You let them put a flex down. You let them have a little bit of fun with it. They're getting inside their opponent's head. That's part of it.
And if you don't want them inside your head, you respond and do something about it.
You answer their challenge. That's what it is. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Get rid of these BS ticky-tack taunting calls. It's ruining the game. Close the door.
And off we go on a Thursday.
Yeah, that's how you open up a Thursday around here.
I love it. I love it. Well, coming up after the break, I have a little hot take of my own. Same association, different cause.
Ooh, this ought to be. The NBA is getting roasted to start today.
You're damn right. And I'm throwing shots and shade and everything else you can think of.
Oh, boy.
This is Snowman in the Morning. Welcome to all of our radio listeners. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Queen Yoso is here with us as she cracked open the Fanatics Feedback Zone. Feedback Zone today brought to you by Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Welcome to those of you on WJKS-DB in Indianapolis, Indiana, and of course WSMM in my hometown of Chicago. There are going to be a couple of more Chicago stations joining the fray. All right. Speaking of joining the fray, the big dog had a hot take, and wouldn't you know it, I've been called the king of hot takes. And that's been said in love from my folks up at the Rod Peterson show. I love those guys. But there are some people here that think I do nothing but hot takes and put no facts behind them.
Oh,
now
yeah?
Off.
Take the
Carl
crown.
Weathers said one day in a movie, one of these days you're going to really piss me off. Well, I had a few people that really pissed me off. The question was posed. Who is going to be the new face of the NBA? I have answered this for 16 years. No one seems to want to listen. In fact, they put a little stink on that question and said, who's going to be the new face of the NBA after LeBron retires?
LeBron's the face of the NBA. Who told that BS?
I have a simple answer, and it goes like this. The new face of the NBA has been around for 16 years. You pseudo fans just don't appreciate him because you seem to believe that all he does is shoot the basketball. You don't talk about his dribbling. You don't talk about his pinpoint passing. You certainly don't talk about the fact that he too has 4 titles. You don't talk about the fact that he has 4 titles in 16 while you know who has 4 titles in 22. You don't talk about the fact that he has led the current dynasty that's ruling the NBA. I am, of course, talking about Wardell Stephen Curry II.
Or as everyone else calls him, that video game cheat code out in Golden State.
Thank you, Ian Eagle, for that phrase. Look, y'all, the face is already here. And when he walks away and retires is when you should really be sad. Because the current crop of players I see right now, none of them, and I do mean none of them, can or will replace him.
Nope.
There's my hot take. None of the current players right now. No, you know what? I take that back. There is one, Nikola Jokic.
Difference is Jokic has a different skill set.
But he's got a skill set.
Better than the bum out in LA.
Yep. That's the thing. He's got a skill set. He's got a hell of a skill set. All right. Let's just be totally real about it. He's got a hell of a skill set.
He's the last true 5 in the NBA right now.
The last. You understand that? The last. You heard what my dog said. The last. And some of y'all just don't appreciate that, which is stupid.
That's the damnedest thing is the NBA's gotten away from having true 5s in the game.
Well, Steph kind of put a crimp in that plan. He's moved everyone out to the 3-point line.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Listen, folks, don't blame Steph for using a weapon that he's had in his arsenal for many moons. Many, many moons, okay? Don't do that. Because what you're doing is not showing any kind of appreciation whatsoever for what he does and what he's going to do. You understand that? Appreciate the players that are here now. Appreciate number 30. Okay? Because in many ways, y'all made him, you pseudo fans have made him the villain. And he's been everything but a villain. He's been a beacon of the NBA. He's been a beacon of society. And in case you don't know this, in case you really, really need an education on what a hero is, all you got to do is look at number 30 and what he's done for the NBA. And y'all want to get so mad at him because he did one simple thing. He took an anomaly and turned it into a weapon. And Steve Kerr, give him credit for taking that weapon and turning it into a strategy.
Curry's the reason that there was a bigger arms race in the NBA than the Cold War.
I mean every word of what I'm about to say. Appreciate the fact that Steph Curry is here. Appreciate the fact that Steph Curry, even though he's not long for retirement, he's sticking around, okay? And appreciate the fact that he's played 16 seasons with one team. Appreciate the fact that he's played 16 seasons with one team. One. And that's draft. LeBron can't say that.
Nope.
LeBron doesn't want to say that. All people want to recognize LeBron for is his 4 championships. Well, let me pose a question, you Bron sexuals. How did he get there? One of those championships was handed to him. You're fired. Shut up.
He chased them.
Yeah, and he's still chasing them.
You're fired.
Matter of fact, the only championship I believe he's earned was 2013. He was handed an Eastern Conference championship in 2011 and then got whacked by the Dallas Mavericks.
Dirk Nowitzki with the butt kicking right there.
2016, I'm not even going to mention or talk about. The people who really paid attention to that series know what happened. I'll leave it at that.
I'll say it for you. Get the puppet strings out of LeBron's back, Silver.
Mm-hmm. Or in reverse.
Either way.
Stephen Curry has been the face of the NBA for the last 16 years. Not Bron. Matter of fact, old man Bron need to go. Old man Bron should have went.
Steph Curry's been the face for the last 16 years. The more common fan just doesn't know it.
The more common fan just doesn't care.
No, because ESPN is shoving.
Can I say it truthfully? The more common fan just doesn't care.
Because LeBron's been shoved down our throat by ESPN, FS1, and everybody else.
Been shoved down our throats and up our asses. And I'm done with it. You understand me? I'm done with it. If you don't accept the fact that Steph's been the face for the last 16 years, the hell with you. But for those who do appreciate people that have changed the NBA and revolutionized the NBA, salute to you. Stephen Curry has been the face of the NBA for 16 years, and he will continue to be the face of the NBA. He's called the baby-faced assassin for a reason. He will continue to be the face of the NBA, whether you like it or not. That's Snowman's take. What is yours?
Curry's more kill shots than 007 and MGK.
Man, you know what's crazy?
What that?
What's crazy is that as we talked during the pre-show, I've watched and continue to watch, let's be real, a lot of Steph Curry's craziest three-point shots. All he's doing is adding to them.
Yeah, and again, this dude is legitimately a video game cheat code. I mean, where does his range end?
It don't. That's the fun part about it for me. It don't.
He could be probably seven spots outside in the parking lot and still drain one.
If he's on the court, he's in range.
If he's in the city, he's in range. What are we talking about?
There you go. If he's in the city, he's in range. And he keeps coming up with even more ridiculous shots than what he's hit before. Even more ridiculous shots. All right?
You know he's feeling it though when he's walking away as soon as he releases.
The only person I saw ever do, the only two people I ever saw do that were Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
The shrug, anybody?
The shrug, yeah. That's the only two people, as long as I've watched basketball, that has done that. That's been Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. And then this dude shows up out of Davidson College, and he hits ridiculous shots like this.
9 seconds to work with, and you do have it at single digits. And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh, come on! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh my goodness, Curry from 45 feet. Yo, this dude is an alien. What did he just do? He had one from...
He didn't even need glass. That's what's scary.
No.
As the comment...
There's one he hit against Chris Paul where he dribbled through the entire defense. The Clippers
and then
had
is backed up.
Sky blue uniforms.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday showcase game.
When Paul was playing for the Clips.
When Paul was playing for the Clips. He dribbled through the entire defense, backed away, and hit a three. Backed away.
As the commentators for Brooklyn said, oh, come on. This dude's just not right.
Ian Eagle, the television voice of the Nets, and one of my favorite voices to listen to, said it best. Ridiculous.
That was from 45 feet, and he didn't need glass.
Courtesy of the NBA. Here it is again.
9 seconds to work with, and you do have it at single digits. And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh, come on! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh my goodness, Curry from 45 feet. Yo, this dude is an alien. What did he just do? He had one from three-quarter court in Orlando.
I can't stop looking at that.
Thank you, Bay Area NBC Sports with the voices.
Bob Fitzgerald and Kalena Azubuike.
As Azubuike said, this dude's a maniac. I mean, we've been watching ball for a while. Obviously, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Who in the hell in our time has ever done this?
I told you the two who I saw do it.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near as frequent. And that says something.
Nowhere near as frequent.
That says everything.
Nowhere near as frequent.
I mean, Birdman and Jumpman did their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were more of a situational three-baller.
Yeah. Situation just dictated their shot. Steph's just like levels
screw
of
it. Steph's like, screw it. I'm just hoisting up. And the damnedest thing is they keep dropping. I mean, he's got his 3-point slider all the way cranked up, and it doesn't matter where he is.
I don't think it's all the way cranked up.
If that 3 slider is not all the way cranked up, oh dear God, when it is,
I don't think his 3 sliders is cranked up all the way.
Oh, if that's not cranked,
even with this,
9 seconds to work with, and you do have it at single digits. And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh, come on! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh my goodness, Curry!
Yes, Kalena, he ghosted him.
He
ghosted him.
He had 2 defenders on him, no less, and he just turns around and says, screw this, watch.
I mean, he threw it up. He turned
around to throw it up. And it drops. No glass.
No. No glass.
What the hell are we watching when it comes to him?
The shock in the voice of Bob Fitzgerald.
The legitimate, oh, come on.
How much? You
They've
wanna
been
bet
watching
he's
him his entire career, and they're still getting shocked by that. That's what tells you something.
How much you want to bet he's out of his seat? Matter of fact, Steph, take us to break.
9 seconds to work with, and you do have it at single digits. And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh, come on! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh my goodness!
The defenders are just standing there.
Yeah, both of them got their hands up like we're gonna try to get a piece of this, and Steph's like, "Nah, screw you. Watch this." Drops it. Dude's not right.
And you look at his teammate Guy Santos, number 15. The ball drops and he goes,
That's everybody in the arena. That's everybody in the arena.
18,000 Brooklynites stand up as one. Now, this is a road game for Steph Curry.
Yeah, they're playing in the shadow realm.
This is a road game for Steph Curry in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, okay? So you know the Brooklyn chant was all over the place. All right?
Yet again, Steph's like, I'm just going to drop this from here.
And remember, at the time, the Warriors were at the start of the game, the Warriors got down 22 points.
And by the time halftime rolls around, they're only down 5 because of Curry doing his thing.
They're only down 5 at the. I can't.
Play it again.
9 seconds to work with, and you do have it at single digits. And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh my goodness, Curry from 45 feet.
Yo, this dude is an alien.
What did he just do? He had one from three-quarter court in Orlando. He's double teamed. He had nowhere to go. Steph's got 16.
He had nowhere to go.
He had somebody rotate on him off the wing.
He was double teamed, okay? When Jimmy Butler dropped the pass to him, and we'll talk more about the Warriors when we come back. When Jimmy Butler dropped that pass to him, another defender comes over, correctly, mind you, okay?
Butler's defender rotates over off the wing.
Yeah, Butler's defender, thank you. Butler's defender rotated over.
So both of them throw their hands up trying to put the block on it. And Curry's like, screw you. I'm just going to drop this off the logo anyway.
In your face. What happened to moments like that? What happened to moments to echo your point from earlier in the show? What happened to moments like that? In your face.
It was a turnaround, no less. Just to get the space to put the shot up.
He had nowhere to go. He had nowhere to go, folks. He had nowhere to go.
I got
nothing.
We need a break.
We need a break. We'll talk Warriors. We'll talk Warriors and their big match against the Kings tonight. More free agency stuff. Might drop Moran at the bottom of hour 2. And yes, bracketology. And the bracketology gets weirder and weirder and weirder.
With it got more weird than yesterday? It got more weird than yesterday? Jeez.
Do you not see the look on my face?
We're back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family. So the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right. Let's talk some NBA, shall we? And we're going to start with the scoreboard from last night. And there were some exciting games. It was Toronto over Philadelphia, 118-105. OKC beats Boston and becomes the first team to clinch a playoff berth. They beat Boston 118-112 in the Garden. They may see each other again. We'll talk about that.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, but if we're going to do this, we got to do this right.
Do that again. NBA Whip Around presented by Fanatics. To the scores, it was Toronto 118, Philadelphia 105. OKC over Boston 118-112. The Thunder clinch a playoff spot as they're running away with the West right now. Atlanta over Charlotte 123-110. It was the Spurs 126 and Dallas 116. Memphis 7 better than Utah 122-115. Houston gets stronger in their bid for the playoffs. They beat Phoenix 111-104, and it was the Clippers over Miami 119-104. And Mikal Bridges calls game, beats the Portland Trail Blazers at the buzzer in overtime. That final 114-113, and it was Minnesota 20 better than Denver 115-95. On the docket tonight, Washington goes to Detroit. The Lakers go to Milwaukee. Go Bucks. The Nets come to Chicago to face the suddenly dropping Chicago Bulls. Orlando goes to the Big Easy to take on New Orleans. And the game that I will have tonight are late night Warriors. The Sacramento Kings take on the Golden State Warriors. That's a tip time of 10. I'll say 10-ish. And it comes after we're done in New Jersey with the Devils and the Edmonton Oilers. That's your slate. That's your scoreboard. And that is your NBA Whip Around presented by Fanatics. Let's talk Warriors.
And the fact that they're slowly creeping up, yeah. It's now a 4.5 game deficit between them and second place Memphis.
This is crazy how hot they are. You know, Charles Barkley has a point that we need to talk about Cleveland and OKC, you know, for what they've done all year. I'll give you that. But I don't trust Cleveland. I don't trust OKC come playoff time. Period. Point blank. End of story. Now, Cleveland has won 15 straight games.
Clinched the division.
Yep. They have clinched the Central Division going away.
They basically have clinched the entire Eastern Conference.
Yeah. They got the top seed in the East. But the fight right now is for that 6th spot between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons.
The only difference between those two right now is the fact that Detroit's 37-29, the Pacers are 36-28.
And both of those teams can get to the East Finals with the.
And let's throw Milwaukee. Let's throw Milwaukee in the mix because they got the same record as Indy.
36-28.
It's going to be a dogfight for the back half here.
5.5 games separate seeds 3 through 6. 5.5 games separate 3 through 6 right now.
Yeah, and there's under 17 to go now.
Under 17 to go. But we are concentrating this segment on Golden State. They've won 5 straight. They are 9-1 in their last 10. They are 9 games above 500. 9 games above 500. They hold a bit of a percentage points lead over 7th seed Minnesota.
Yeah, they basically. I was going to say they've basically got a 1 game in the book on them, and that's in the loss column.
They are 3.5 games out of the 5 spot.
4.5 games out of the 2 spot. And they still see everybody ahead of them.
They still see everybody ahead of them, including one more with the Lakers, who have now lost 2 in a row and now lead Golden State by only 4 in the Pacific Division.
And they've still got Denver twice.
Mm-hmm.
And Denver looks like they're slowly taking a slide here, and they're only a game up on the Lakers in the loss column. Same with Memphis.
As I said, the Warriors have won 5 in a row, looking for 6 tonight. If they win and the Lakers lose, do you realize that with less than 16 games left in the season, there will be only 3 games separating the Lakers and the Warriors in the Pacific Division? Only 3. That's if the Warriors win tonight and the Lakers lose in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they're still even worse for the Lakers. In the next 5, they see Denver twice.
And Denver's had their number.
Not just that, but the Lakers also see the Grizzlies and the Rockets and the Thunder.
Ugh.
They still have the Rockets twice. they've got the Thunder twice on back-to-back home games for Oklahoma in April.
Mm-hmm.
This stretch for LA is going to be rugged, and with LeBron still out,
Yeah. I hope he gets. I hope he gets back. Okay, as much as we rag on him, a groin injury is nothing to play with. Believe me, I'm going through a double dose of that now. This is crazy. How hot the Warriors have been. They're sitting at the number 6 seed right now, and if things break the right way for Golden State, they could climb as you said, as high as the 2 seed.
Yep.
The addition of Jimmy Butler, and I will keep stating this, the addition of Jimmy Butler has done wonders for Golden State, because not only do you get another superstar to take the pressure off of Steph Curry, you get someone that can get to the hoop and get to the foul line, because they're not going to call any fouls for Steph.
No, they're not.
They're not going to call any
real.
fouls for Steph. Now you have a legit person who can legitimately get to the bucket. They can legitimately get to the bucket. And they and there's a return tonight. Jonathan Kuminga's back in the lineup.
That's going to be helpful.
Uh-oh.
And I took a glance at the T-Wolves schedule. They only face the Nuggets when it comes to Western Conference one more time. Everything else is out east.
Mm-hmm.
Or underneath them.
So to paraphrase lightly, the race is on.
Yeah.
The race is on.
This final month of ball is going to be intriguing in the NBA.
Which has put the NBA back on my docket card as far as alternative play-by-play goes. We'll do a little housekeeping at the bottom at the top of the hour. Here's how the playoff matchups look. And we'll start out west. The play-in round features the Kings, the Mavericks, the Wolves, and the Clippers. And if you're the Warriors, you want that 6th spot to get a week off to rest.
Yeah, because those 4 teams, they're going to end up destroying each other.
Mm-hmm. So every game is a must-win for Golden State to hold on to that 6th spot and that coveted bye. It's very, very coveted. 9 and 10 go Kings and Mavericks, and the winner of that game gets the loser of the Timberwolves and the Clippers. Whoever wins that game goes to OKC, and the winner of the Timberwolves and the Clippers goes to Memphis.
Oh.
4-5 goes Lakers Rockets. 3-6 as it stands right now, Nuggets Warriors.
That's going to be a dogfight.
The Warriors are red hot. They are smoking hot right now. Out east, 9-10 go Heat Bulls. The winner of that game gets a shot at the loser of the Hawks and the Magic. The winner of the Hawks and the Magic will see the defending world champion Boston Celtics. The other matchup, the winner of the 9-10 7-8 game, the winner of that goes to Cleveland. Yikes.
That is going to suck.
Badly. 4-5 in the East go Bucks Pacers. 3-6 goes Knicks Pistons. That's how everything stands right now. And if the season were to end today, we'll keep an eye on all of these matchups.
I mean, honestly, I really don't see too many big upsets currently in the playoffs. I mean, the only thing I could possibly see, Bucks Pacers, I could see them going the distance.
I can see it.
The Knicks will end up dropping the Pistons, I feel, in 5.
I'm going the other way with that one.
You got Detroit taking New York out?
And it goes the distance.
Ooh. Well,
and it goes the distance.
I mean, we all know that whoever it is gonna. We all know whoever's gonna come out of that's gonna run into the buzzsaw that's Boston. Good luck.
Bucks and Pacers goes the distance. Winner of that gets Cleveland, because whoever plays Cleveland's gonna get swept.
Right now, looking through the projected, they've got the Hawks at 7 and the Magic at 8.
Winner of that game gets the first round bloodbath with the Boston Celtics, and it's going to be a bloodbath.
It's going to be. Out west, I got Nuggets Warriors going the distance, and
I got the Dubs taking them out in 6.
I mean, I could see that too, but at the same token,
and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they did go the distance. I would not be surprised if they did go the distance. But I will say this: if this matchup holds up and the Warriors steal one in Denver, they'll conquer them in 6 games.
Yeah, exactly. And Rockets Lakers, I got Houston taking LA out.
No more than 5 games.
No, it'll be a gentleman's sweep.
No more than 5 games.
And then
Those are our
unfortunately,
predictions.
yeah.
Now,
Unfortunately, the Rockets would end up running into the buzzsaw that is Oklahoma City, and then, oh boy,
Houston will take them the distance.
You got Houston taking OKC the distance?
I got Houston taking OKC the distance. I don't trust OKC in the second round. Matter of fact, don't be surprised. And this is I know these are way too early predictions, but do not be surprised if your Western Conference final is a repeat of 2015 and 2018 Rockets Warriors.
I would pay to see that.
And as we already have said, should the NBA World Championship feature Celtics Warriors, we're putting on the headset.
Yep. As long as I got nothing else tied up that night, I'm in it.
Those are our predictions. And now time for our question of the day. Our question of the day is powered by BetUS.com. Question of the day is, who do you have coming out of each respective conference? Dog and I sit here and still stick to our early season prediction of Warriors and Celtics.
And that came after the dogfight of a 15-round matchup they had in the Garden. Vic's checking in out of Chi-Town. Oh, dear God.
Why are you talking about them Broken State Warrior? That's easy because they're the hottest team in the NBA right now.
Junebug needs to...
I understand Cleveland's won 15 in a row, but Cleveland's been doing it all season.
Yeah, Cleveland, for some crazy reason, has figured out actually how to play basketball.
The Cavs are trying to prove they're no joke. You're right, Victor. And he also is right in saying the West is going to be a bloodbath. Ain't that the truth?
Oh, easily. The West is going to be the disgusting division when it comes to the playoffs.
Very much so. Very much so.
And by the way, I did happen to sneak a peek at the updated bracket for the NCAA men's tournament. Who put what foot up whose ass in the last 24 hours?
I told you.
What the hell happened?
We'll discuss all of that when y'all get back. It's halftime. Second half, we'll talk brackets. And then Mike Drop Moran will join us. Second half of Snowman in the Morning begins in the deuce.
is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extra berth. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meet me of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I quit.
Oh, hell, what happened now?
I looked at the updated bracketology. I said earlier in the show that we are going to talk bracketology. We're going to do both sides, men and women, but we'll have a guest when the women come up. I didn't even look at the updated predictions. I didn't even look. Now, I quit. You're fired. The only thing that hasn't changed is the top overall seed. They still have that as Auburn.
Yep.
Now,
while you're getting your chuckle in,
the first team out they have now is Texas.
Like I said, as you're getting that chuckle in, second half of the show brought to everybody by SeatGeek. Hell, y'all want to check out your NCAA tournament? Make sure you use code Snowman for $20 off your first purchase. Power SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
They have the first team out being Texas, and the last team in is North Carolina.
What?
North Carolina.
What?
James Worthy's alma mater.
What?
Michael Jordan's alma mater.
What?
Hell, Brad Daugherty's alma mater.
What?
You know what? I think we get the perfect reaction for all this craziness in the last 24 hours right here.
Exactly. Damn. The last 4 buys that they have right now, a sharp change from when we talked about this yesterday. The last 4 buys, Vanderbilt, West Virginia, Utah State, and Oklahoma.
Jim Ross will be happy about that last one.
Mm-hmm. The last 4 in San Diego State, Indiana, Xavier, and in a very sharp change, North Carolina.
like I said before the break, who put what foot in whose ass and decided to say, hey, guess what? We're going to upset the bracket before we even play.
And the men's conference tournaments, all of them are going on all over the place as we speak. We're gonna have live. I had planned to do the women's Big West tournament, but unfortunately, tomorrow can't do the semifinals due to a doctor's appointment. And the semifinals start at 3 Eastern, and that would have upset the entire coverage. So we're gonna fill in the blanks as we go along here. First four out: Colorado State, Boise State, Ohio State, and Texas.
Texas got rocked.
Mm-hmm.
As
They
a
got
matter of fact, I'm
obliterated.
looking through some of these right now, and there have been a lot of mid-pack changes in the brackets.
Next four out: Dayton, Wake Forest, UC Irvine, and Villanova.
All right, get this. I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking through this right now, and it actually shows who went up and who got dropped.
Mm-hmm.
The new 8 seed that's looking to take on Kansas in the South region is Marquette because they dropped.
Oh my!
The Milwaukee game, the 6-11 matchup. The new 6 is UCLA.
Yipe.
In the east side of things, the 8-9s have flipped. It's now Mississippi State at the 8 with Creighton at the 9.
BYU has climbed up to the 5 spot.
Louisville's climbed to 7. West Virginia dropped to 10.
I'll ask a question a friend of mine used to ask. Who pissed in whose Cheerios last night?
I don't know who did it, but whoever did it must have had a lot to drink at the movie theater prior to going to do that.
Yeah, they snuck the Patron in.
Oh, that and a big gulp.
They snuck the Patron in. Everything else is held steady.
Outside of a few other small changes, St. Mary's dropped to a 5 in the Midwest. San Diego State dropped to an 11 to face Indiana. UNC Wilmington dropped to a 14, and Gonzaga went up to a 7. That's just in the Midwest. Out west, they got North Carolina now jumping to a 12. Lipscomb jumps to a 13.
Yep.
And Oklahoma jumps to an 11 to face Illinois.
Ugh. And we're reading these charts from ESPN.com.
And mind you, these are updated. Right now, it's showing that it was last updated today at 1:40 in the morning.
And if you look along with us at ESPN.com, and you'll see the letters AQ by some of the teams, that's automatic qualifier because they won their conference tournament.
Yeah, they're either they were either the conference tourney winners, or currently so far you're sitting at your top 4s.
Yeah. So some of the automatic qualifiers, as they have predicted here, Omaha's in. Okay, they're already in. Omaha in, Montana in, beginning in the West region. Norfolk State in, winning the MEAC. New Mexico in, winning the Mountain West. Lipscomb is in. On the Midwest side, Houston, Quinnipiac, Michael Lyle's alma mater, good friend of mine. Memphis, McNeese State, yes, Joe Dumars' alma mater. Yale for winning the Ivy. St. John's, UNC Wilmington, Gonzaga, and the Terriers of Wofford.
And they also have the 10 seed Drake as an AQ.
Michigan State and Bryant, as I look in the South Division, are AQs. Auburn's an AQ. UC San Diego and Akron, VCU, And a school I used to to broadcast against a lot, Utah Valley.
Add the 16 seeds, SIU, Edwardsville, and Jackson State, who's a new team to the bracket.
New 16 matchup for the East American and St. Francis. St. Francis, the winner, I believe, of the Northeast Conference.
Believe so.
AQs also in the East, Liberty and High Point out of my former home, North Carolina. And then two more AQs, Troy and Robert Morris.
And of
SIU,
course,
and a couple of more automatic qualifiers. SIU, Edwardsville, and Jackson State out of the SWAC.
Like I said, they're sitting in the South underneath Auburn. Yeah. This, like we've been trying to figure out. What happened?
What happened? What happened? I cannot explain this.
Right now, everyone's trying to find what to say happened, and quite frankly, all we're getting is
Do you speak it?
because we're that confused.
As they say in all the Bugs Bunny cartoons I have watched many times over. What happened?
At this point, I'm starting to feel.
Agreed. What happened? What? Why? Why?
Man, too many foots went up. Too many. Screwed all this bracket up.
And it's still going.
It's going to end up changing tomorrow.
It's going to end up changing until Sunday.
It's like the weather up here in the Northeast. Wait 5 minutes. It changes.
Same here in Southern Indiana. Wait 5 minutes. It could be 30, and especially true in North Carolina. You don't like the weather? Wait a few minutes. I told the story. Had to pick my daughter up from a job interview she went to. When we picked her up, it was snowing. We were in North Carolina at the time. It was snowing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all know I hate snow. And I hate the cold, especially now being in my 50s and on a blood thinner. I hate cold.
Man, I hate it anyway, and I'm a little bit on the younger side of that.
I hate cold. So what happens when we get home? We race in the house, blast the heater.
Yep.
And we all decide, screw everything else. We're going to bed.
Nice.
It was dark. It was almost 6 p.m. And Jody and I said, we're going to bed.
Yep.
Like, Sonya, honey, we didn't know what you're going to do, but we're going to bed. Hopped in bed, got warm. And the next day, it was 69 degrees.
Nice.
And Jody woke up, looked at me, and she says, why is it all of a sudden blazing hot in here? I said, we cranked up the heat when we came in the house because it was cold last night. She said, stay there a minute. She gets up, walks outside, and goes, do you know it's warm outside? And we had to go to Durham that day.
Fun.
There was no snow on the ground.
Yeah, I'm just looking outside too. It's like 45 degrees outside, and I see nothing snow-wise because it's been warm.
There was no snow on the ground. None. And she said, you want to take a drive before we go to Durham? Hell yeah. We get up, we get going, and it wound up touching 70 degrees.
Bruh.
Came back home. Sonia said, "You all right? We're fine. We're going back to bed."
Yeah, because when it came to weather, it literally turned into this.
Yep.
By God, that's Austin's music.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to the brackets, Chris, help!
What in the all types of blue hell
is going on around here?
We made our predictions yesterday, and they all took a big fat.
After yesterday, man, my brain feels like I had too many of these.
I think we all went through that.
I think so.
I think we all went through that. And I think the NCAA told us after our predictions.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, I think so.
Stop the cap.
Man,
you know what? I think at the end of the day, it was more like,
stop it. Get some help. Stop the cap.
Both of those. Both of those.
Stop the cap.
Actually, no, I got it better. Actually, no. At the end of the day, the NCAA, after we got done talking about our brackets, basically told us.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
And at the end, before we could explain, it said, "You fool!"
Pretty much.
And then to top it off, this happened.
Did anybody see this coming?
Stop the cap.
You know, we didn't predict our Final Four teams or our championship games, okay? But we did predict who was going to do what in which bracket and what upsets may happen. And when we dropped all of that, someone decided to ask us,
why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop lying.
You know what?
I'm getting too old for this.
I agree.
I'm getting too old for this.
Matter of fact, when we woke up this morning, I looked at Jody, she at me, and we both thought,
I'm getting too old for this.
The NCAA brackets, you know what? Bishop, help me here.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
You pushed the exact button I was going to push. You fool! Bishop, do it again.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
You're fired.
Stop the cap.
I think it said all of that even when we did the women's brackets.
Yeah.
We looked at the women's brackets and then the NCAA told us.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
You know what? The brackets looked at us and said,
got me
now,
you know what?
They called all our brackets a bunch of.
Actually, no, they end up calling all of our brackets a bunch of
trays, 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 trays. Trays, 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 trays.
puts a bow on it. Mike
Speaking
Drop
of-
Ryan is next after the break.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I
Look at
can't
Ray
stand
J.
that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
NFL insider Jordan Schultz reports that the 49ers have picked up 25-year-old Jason Pinnock from the Giants. He will be in the secondary. He'll be under the tutelage of Robert Saleh. So don't count the Niners out yet. Was it an end of an era? Absolutely. Is it the beginning of a better era? Yep. Especially with all we got in place. We'll lead off with that tomorrow. But now, time for women's bracketology. And we're going to need some help. Here's Allie.
Ew.
Brian, I can't hear you, my friend. Not even a little bit.
Not again.
That's terrible.
That's just terrible.
Oh no. Here we go again. Oh, well, she dropped.
We're gonna get this figured out.
Yeah,
Let's try this again.
Hey.
Let's try this again, shall we?
There we go.
Now I can hear you. I thought I'd gone deaf or something.
Now, I hate to tell you, but I think the laptop told all of us to shut up.
Well, that equals some family members I have who tell me to shut up all the time.
Your laptop basically pulled a rock and told all of us to
Shut up, bitch!
Love that.
And that's our clip for the day.
And that's how we get started. Okay.
Yeah.
We did our women's bracketology yesterday.
And man, things changed.
Then we went to
You did it without me? You did that women's.
That's why you're here today.
Things changed.
Things have changed, and how does my wife put it? Since we've done our women's bracketology, I've slept since then.
Yes.
We all fell asleep, and the women's bracketology pulled a big old spinneroonie on us.
The only thing that remains the same is the top overall seed, and they have that slated for South Carolina.
Right. I'll go along with South Carolina, but it's been a checkerboard. You know, all you have to do is wait for the next move all year. You think, USC, it could have been UCLA, for God's sakes. It could have been Texas, who got the number one? They were ranked number one by the AP, 2 weeks ago, something like that. It's ridiculous. The thing is that this year, unlike many years in women's bracketology, has been all over the place. You've not seen UConn at number one for quite a number of years. You used to be able to count on them as a number one seed at any given time. But, Paige Beckers has got a good team around her. There's not a team of superstars that we have seen in previous years, and that's trouble for UConn. However, they're coming on strong. They won the Big East tournament. You're going to see them as probably a number 2 or 3 seed. That's my prediction. And Gino Auriemma I've seen him do this before. He's going to be schmitzing for the next 2 weeks. And he's never going to think that his team's going to be number one. He is going to schmitz all the way to the Final Four this year. And then he's going to be schmitzing again.
Pretty much. And by the way, UConn,
they have
I was going to say
South Carolina, UCLA, Texas, and USC. Those are the ones they have now.
You're talking about the NCAA.com, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And I was going to say UConn is sitting at a 2 in the same bracket as Texas.
Right. Now
That
this should be
fair. That ain't fair. That should be a national semifinal matchup, not a regional final matchup. That ain't fair.
Yes, and I agree. Tell me where they have Notre Dame sitting right now.
Notre Dame is 2. Notre Dame is sitting at a 2 in the same bracket as UCLA. Region 2 Spokane.
Got it. Not surprised. And
I'm looking at these possible regional final matchups. And These are four of the juiciest matchups I've seen in women's hoops in a long time.
Yeah.
At Region 1
They're not.
Birmingham, the 1-2 goes South Carolina and TCU.
Mhm.
Van Lith and the Big 12 champs.
Yeah.
2 in Spokane, the 1-2 goes UCLA and Notre Dame. Oh boy.
You know, I'm reminded somehow of the 2011 NCAA finals, which were in Indianapolis, and I remember covering Notre Dame and Texas A&M at Butler, and I was, everybody in that field house was completely behind Notre Dame, and who ends up winning but Texas A&M. This Cinderella team that's never been seen since. It was such a remarkable feat because, seeing such a sad Muffet McGraw face on the other side, so we got outplayed. She's a class act under all circumstances. I loved her, and Notre Dame has just improved even after her retirement a while ago. But that's how I see this tournament. Really, is it's going to be just incredible action from the round of 64 through the championship. You're going to see the highest level of basketball possible. I can't wait to see, and I'll tell you, I'm going to go with the NCAA.com predictions. UCLA, South Carolina, USC, Texas particularly. And you're going to see some of the best basketball. Now, the question will be, after this tournament, what do you think? Is Paige Beckers still going to be number one?
Yep.
Yeah.
You think?
Easily.
Yep.
Easily.
Let me tell you, though, a scenario. Way back when, at another tournament, you saw Angel McCautry, who I believe played for the Cardinals of Louisville, take on UConn, and Renee Montgomery was slated to be number one that year. I think it was 2009. And if I'm recalling correctly, Angel McCautry caught the eye of enough people and handled UConn so well at the beginning of that game that she actually became the number one pick in the WNBA draft that year. You remember that, Brian?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And I felt kind of bad for Renee Montgomery because she was a damn fine player. But you saw for the first 5 minutes of that game, it eventually became a slaughterhouse. But with Angel, she was one hell of a leader on that team, and that's the reason why. I don't dispute that Paige Beckers is the best player in college basketball today, unless you want to call Juju Watkins the best player. Or Hannah Hidalgo on any given day. Yeah.
It could easily be a three-way tie between those three. And I'll give you a wild card. Madison Booker from Texas.
There's that too. Yeah. Yeah. She would be a fine choice at number one, but I would say that the wildest scenario that I have, though, is that UConn would be would be taking UCLA at some point.
Yep.
That's what. Do you
Lauren
like that?
Lauren Betts.
Pardon me?
Lauren Betts, who has been one of my favorite players to follow this year, along with Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers and Raven Johnson from South Carolina, Chloe Kitts also from South Carolina. This season has been fun to cover for women's hoops.
It sure has. And the one thing, was somebody else wanting to say something before I say the one thing?
I was going to say, when was the last time we saw women's basketball this diverse with 8 to 10 players that could be considered number ones?
Yeah,
this is a first in my memory. I would say that maybe probably before I started covering the year Diana Taurasi, the now retired Diana Taurasi after 20 years, I would say that was probably the last time you had this much diversity and this much talent. I could be very wrong about that. There likely has been a few more years, but you had that run of 3 championships while she was at UConn, and so my hat's off personally. I said, but coming from different schools, to have those 9 or 10 people coming from different schools, we're in uncharted territory right now. And I'm so excited. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I think if my fantasy serves me properly, I'm thinking that and hoping and praying that the women's tournament gets more attention and better ratings than the men's tournament. Am I being mean?
Nope, because I'm hoping the same thing.
I'm
hoping the same thing. I hope the road to Tampa blows the road to the Alamo away.
I love it. I can't wait. And it will be one of the most exciting tournaments ever. And here's the deal, though, with UConn, because as I'm reading, who all is there. It's not just Paige. You've got such a strong backcourt. The concern is that there's going to be no one else who can prepare for something like a UConn except for maybe Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
It's
UConn and South Carolina for the title. Oh boy. I listen. I have my notebook here with games scheduled. I left open everything from the 19th through through April 7th open. Why? The women's NCAA tournament.
Oh, and Brian,
if I could slip in a game while I'm doing other games, I'm going to. Go ahead, Shane.
I was going to say, just so you know, UConn South Carolina would be a Final Four matchup, not a championship.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I would see that
to take on Dawn Staley in Tampa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I would pay to see that.
Look,
you might be paying a lot, buddy.
It would be worth it.
Yeah,
that type of matchup would be worth it.
Why don't they just do what they did last year and play a game inside a stadium? I mean, if you can have the crossover at Kinnick, and I will forever keep this argument, you can move the Final Four to a 70,000 seat stadium and fill it with no crowd.
Absolutely. I would love to see that.
I would see that also.
Yeah. And you know that, Brian, we got our wish. all the home games of the Chicago Sky this year against the Indiana Fever. It's going to be in the United Center. Yay! Oh my!
I don't care what anybody says, and people are sending me the revised capacity of the UC. Throw that out the window. There's going to be 24,000 people in there with room to spare. Watch this. There's going to be 20,000 plus in the United Center. Both games between the Sky and the Fever will be played at the United Center. And boy, I can't wait to put the headset on for that one.
Now, those games, one will be on Saturday, June 7th, and tip-off time of 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And also, the game originally set for Saturday, July 28th, will now be played on Sunday, July 27th, with a tip-off time of 2 p.m. That's Central Time again, and 3 p.m. Eastern.
The West Side, the West Side will be shut down.
Oh my God!
The West Side will be shut down, and every parking lot within a mile radius of the United Center will be filled to the brim. You're gonna have people coming by, and just like the Michael Jordan days, nope, no parking available. You're gonna have to park somewhere and walk.
You got it. The lovely thing is, I mean, it's either that. I recommend Uber. Honestly, yes. I recommend Uber, Lyft. I got no dog in this fight, but that will work. Now, speaking of, you've got the Sky playing. Starting play, let's see, they're going to play 3 preseason games, 2 against Minnesota on May 6th and 10th, and 1 against the Brazilian national team at LSU on May 2nd. I'd love to get down to LSU. That would be so much fun. And you got to remember who all is going to be on the Sky this year. This is a whole new era now. It's Angel Reese, Camila Cardozo, Courtney Vandersloot coming back. Ariel Atkins just recently signed, and against Caitlin Clark, Dewana Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Kelsey Mitchell from the Indiana Fever. So you are going to have just a powerhouse. And for the United Center. I can't wait to see those records start falling. I want to see. I'm not sure what the fire hazard capacity is of the United Center person.
Probably about 26.
24,711 for basketball.
They'll probably put it up to 26.
24,711 for basketball. How do I remember those numbers? Oh, the first NBA final hosted at the UC, 1996. I was there. Strapped for the press pass. That was one of the few times I got to see Jeff Joniak in action when he was radio host, and he was the pre and post game host for the Bulls for that year. I remember that number so well because every day after the game, my dad, bless his heart, would cut out the box score. He taught me every day, read the box score, get familiar with the stats, because I got a feeling you're going to want to know those.
Good dad.
I think my dad knew what I wanted to do
for
a long, long time.
Yep. I wish my dad had that kind of insight. He said, let's use this for the cat's litter. And
you don't use a box score for the cat litter?
Oh, we don't read the sports section. My mom. Well, neither of my parents were huge sports fans. My mom was good with the Cubs. She loved the Cubs because my grandmother loved the Cubs, and so when I was growing up, sports was not revered in my household. So my brother and I would sneak away, and I said, we would just go, let's go and take the sports section before it becomes cat litter. And my mother will attest to this. 98 years old almost on May 6th. She's going to be 98 years old. And it took her a while to realize how serious my interest in sports was going to be and how much I wanted to make it part of my professional career. And it was, don't you want to just wear dresses? I'm going, no. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, boy.
But she did say she supported the dream. She and my dad supported the dream when they knew I was serious, and I give them all credit, for having them chase watching me chase it for so many years, because they definitely just keep trying, and that's eventually what happened. That's why I'm here, and that gave me.
And that's why we're best friends in all the sports that we've covered over the years.
Amen for that, Bri. Amen for that.
Now, you tried the Angel Reese meal from McDonald's, did you not?
I sure as heck did. And I'll tell you.
Give us the lowdown.
Okay. It's a bacon quarter pounder, essentially, with a secret sauce, served with fries and a drink. Okay. I took a nice long bite, took a great big bite. It's a big burger, right? The quarter pounder fills your mouth, especially as big as mine is, it's bigger. And so I'm going, so the secret is the sauce, right? The sauce starts out very sweet. I'm going, okay, this is good, tasting it, swirling it around in my mouth, kind of. And then I get this backwash of spice. And it's a delayed reaction spice. And it is, I'm going, damn, it is good. And I think that the sauce is really what makes this burger. And for as long as it's at McDonald's, especially while they're still serving the the Shamrock Shake, the Shamrock Shake, you gotta get to McDonald's to try this. It's a huge meal. Angel Reese is a very tall girl and needs her nourishment. So this is a very tall burger. I mean, it was certainly large for me because I usually order Happy Meals there. I'm not kidding. I do, because I order. You can ask my boyfriend Greg. You can ask a whole bunch of other people. My kid is like, "Why are you ordering Happy Meals?" I'm going, but not this time. And it was the best. It really is good, and it's got like pickles on it. It's got it's got that nice very crispy bacon on it, and so it's a treat. it's a definite treat and works very well with a shamrock shake. So
We got a few minutes left. The Shamrock Shake is one of the most evil things I've bought from McDonald's.
Not wrong.
Because one day earlier this week, I'm sitting here in the office. I was editing something, and then the next thing I knew, yeah, you know what happened. I passed out. I sat in this chair and I passed out. I get a bump on the shoulder, and my wife comes in with this green thing that's about this big. She always teases me that this is not a cup when it comes to my coffee. She says, "Here, this will wake you up." It did. That Shamrock Shake is nothing to play with.
No, it's huge, and you had the big dollop of whipped cream on top, of course, and yeah. I usually try for one or two of them in a season, and it's well worth it. And because I usually try to limit the sugar.
That was my third.
Brian, my friend,
went somewhere with Jody, and we passed McDonald's, and she sees the Shamrock Shake. She goes, "Shall we get one?" Yes. Turn right.
You can always share it. You need to share it, hon.
We did.
Another thing
we got two separate shakes.
My kid highly recommends the Shamrock Shake Oreo cookie thing that they serve as well. It's like mint in there and Oreo cookies. It's really delicious too. I forget what their sundaes are called, but that's very good too. So if you don't want a full shake, you can have one of those. But I do recommend sharing. And that way you only get half of the evil 750 calories or whatever it is. So
it's only 750 calories. I'd swear it was more than that. One
well,
more dessert.
if you get a large one, yeah.
Then it's more than that. One more dessert, and then we're gonna have to get out of here because I tried something from Dairy Queen that was so evil. I had to have two of them.
What?
Y'all are making me hungry. You know this.
Anyone that knows me or knows of me and what my wife and I do. When we lived in North Carolina, Girl Scouts came by and we had about 6 boxes of Thin Mints.
I know where this is going.
So don't I.
They had a Thin Mint cookie dough blizzard. Let me say that again. A Thin Mint cookie dough blizzard from Dairy Queen.
Yes, have to go back to Dairy Queen.
I call myself being sneaky one day when my wife asked me to run errands for her. I try one. I got busted.
That was a mistake of a lifetime.
Yep. I tried a small one and I got busted. Why? Because I drove right back there and ordered 2 more, one for me and one for Jody.
I'm loving it.
And I come back with dinner. I come back with the dessert. I got my daughter's dessert as well. And Jody looked at me and said, "You tried one of these while you were out, didn't you?" Yes, I did. She said, "Okay." She grabbed it and said, "I can try this." Yeah. It's now a very guilty pleasure.
Nice.
Thin Mint Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Y'all got to try that. And we're
they need to sponsor us.
They need to. They
yes.
Gotta work on that. Going to work on that. We're out of time. That's Allison Mike Drop Moran joining us, talking all things women's sports. We love you. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. See you next week. Good to see you.
I'm going to go get one.
I'm gonna have to eat. I'm gonna have to eat when we get off air. Y'all screwed me up.
Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. And yes, the Thin Mint Cookie Dough Blizzard exists. We're out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow on the road. And yes, Stephen Curry is still the face of the NBA and will be until he retires. Bye.
You know, we